Namaste, Greenleaf. It's Miss Amy, and today we are going to have a mindfulness story time with the alphabet. So I'm going to read to you today a few alphabet stories that are connected to yoga, and another alphabet story that you'll be able to create poses to go along with these sweet treats. So first, we're going to read the ABCs of Kids Yoga, written by Teresa Ann Power. And she also wrote a book, the ABCs of Yoga for Kids Around the World. So we're gonna notice what's similar, what's different with each letter of the alphabet connected to the poses. And you might notice that it might be the same shape, but the pose is called something different. So we'll compare and contrast. And then we're also going to read this story. This was written by my cousin, Jacqueline Mercado. It's called Sweet Glittery Treats from A to Z, ABC Sweets. So even though these don't have the yoga poses on it, you can create poses and shapes that go along with these sweet treats. So you'll be able to do that on Seesaw, on Pixton, or Book Creator. So I'm just going to walk you through it right now. And all of these links are in our Google Classroom. So be sure that you have the code. You can get that from the STEAM website. And once you're in our Google Classroom, all of the links and codes are there. So I'm just going to share my screen. So these are the links right here to Book Creator, Pixton, and Seesaw. And each week there's a new code. So depending on when you're watching this video, please check this Google Classroom for the most up-to-date code. So if you were to log into Book Creator, when you click that website, this is the code that you are going to put in. So it's MCML8V7. And then when you get there, it logs you into my mindfulness library and you'll be your own author in it. But for this activity, you will click on new book. And then you have all these choices of the size of your book and shape of your book. Do you want it in the portrait style? Would you like a square or a landscape? So you can decide whichever one you want. So if I click on the square, then it tells me here at the top, this is my cover page. So how would you design your cover? And then when you click on that little plus sign, you're able to do all of the media functions. So you can take a picture using the camera or record a video clip of introducing your story. There's the pen, there's the text. You can also just record your voice if you don't want to be on camera. There's also the shapes. So you can add any of these shapes in your design. And then the next page, see that little arrow, you click the next page. So there'll be 3 pages here because it says 2 of 3. And then you can do the same exact thing you can design with adding the plus sign and write your ABCs of yoga book where you can do similar poses. You can do similar ideas, but I hope that you'll create your own self-expression for self-awareness. So that is one application that you can use is Book Creator. And then the next application is Pixton. So when you click on that link, you'll be in my Pixton classroom. And just for example, when you create a new Pixton, I'm just going to use one that I've used before. When I click on edit, you'll see on the left-hand side all the different squares, and you can always add more panels on this side. And then what you can do is decide which is your background, where is your story going to be for the alphabet. So if you wanted to, have the world behind you, you can change the background to the world map. Here at the top are the characters. So you can edit the character. You could add another character, and then you can design them. It's up to you, what you'd like to create, how many characters are in your story. So if I wanted to add another character, I would just click on the person, and then you can change their outfit. You can change the colors. You can change their hair. So you can play around with that. Here at the top, focus, means, are they walking or is it a close up, right? So here they are walking, but if you wanted more of conversation and dialogue about the poses, you could have it more in focus. So again, you can play around with that to add the words to, explain your poses. You could write, you want to do the apple pose for the letter A, then you click on the check mark and then it's going to appear. So again, you can get creative with that and then you can, edit the facial expressions as well and the actions. So are they using hand gestures? Are they walking? Are they standing still? And then after you complete each of the panel, make sure you complete done so that it saves your work. Okay, so as you can see, it, changed that. And then if I wanted to edit a different square, I come back here. So if I wanted to edit the second square, I just click on the second square. So you can get creative as you'd like. And then when you're fully finished, it will make a link of your work. And then you can share that with me in the Google Classroom. So I can see what you're doing, but I can also see it here in the teacher edition of the classroom. And then you can also check out Seesaw. There, when you go, again, the code will be updated each week because Seesaw changes the code every 7 days. But if you're already in my Seesaw classroom, then you already have access to this. So when you click on activities, you'll scroll to find the Mindful Storytime for STEAM elective videos. And you'll click add response, find your name, and you can either draw the poses or you could take pictures of, you could import them, you could make it as a video and you just describe each pose as you go. So there's no right or wrong way. You have plenty of choices to design your own yoga story connecting the poses to the alphabet. And then we can share these videos and these your books with the preschool, with the younger Green Wave yogis. So I can't wait to see your work. So wherever you are, you can make yourself comfortable because remember, reading is a mindfulness practice. It can be a relaxation meditation, and you can do this with any book. It doesn't have to be an alphabet book. But for today's lesson, we're focusing on the ABCs. So if you have any yoga props, whether it's a blanket, blocks, a mat, if you want to lay on your couch, or maybe you're at the beach, wherever you are, just make yourself comfortable. And we'll start with a few deep breaths. So sitting up nice and tall, or maybe you're standing, you can either place your hands on your belly or your heart, or just have your hands by your side, or any of the mudras we've learned. We have the whole rainbow. We have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple. So whatever makes you feel good. Taking 3 nice deep breaths as we start our mindful reading practice today. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And one more nice deep breath, Green Wave, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful job, everyone. So this is the ABCs of Yoga for Kids, written by Teresa Ann Power, illustrated by Kathleen Wright. And you're also welcome if you want to do the poses with me, you can do that too, or as I'm reading them to you, or again, you can just stay in your relaxation pose. A, airplane. I am an airplane heading for the sky. Lifting my chest, arms, and legs, I begin to fly. Alligator. Resting on my belly, a hungry alligator am I. Open and shut go my palms as I snap everything nearby. B, bird. High on my tiptoes, I'm a bird preparing to fly. Flapping my wings repeatedly, I give flying a try. Boat. I am a sturdy boat, working hard to stay afloat. First sitting up tall, then bending my knees, I bring my arms alongside with my body with ease. Slowly lifting my legs up off the ground, I like to have fun just steering around. Bridge, lying on my back and bending my knees, I lift my hips high, forming a bridge, and then I just breathe. With my arms underneath me, straight along the floor, I press into my shoulders and raise my body a little bit more. Butterfly, with the soles of my feet touching, I gaze straight ahead. My hands rest on my shoulders as my butterfly wings spread. C, candle. I am a candle burning bright. Kneeling on the floor, I find my inner light. My hands are in prayer position in front of my heart. Breathing quietly in a yoga posture gives me a fresh start. Cat. My hands and knees on the floor, I become a cat, stretching one leg to form a tail. I say meow, just like that. Chair. Standing up tall, I bend my knees to become a sturdy chair. With my eyes facing front so I can see, I stretch both arms high in the air. Cobra, hiss, hiss, I am a snake, lying on my belly in the sun to bake. Elbows bent and closed by my side, I lift my chest full of cobra pride. Cow, I am a cow on all fours, staring out the barnyard doors. I arch my back, inhale and say moo. Yoga is an activity I love to do. Exhaling now, I round my spine. This helps me keep my body aligned. D, dinosaur. The dinosaur's walk is so fun to do. Anyone can do it, even me and you. Standing up tall, I slightly bend my knees. I grab hold of my ankles and relax at ease. Then I walk slowly, lifting one leg at a time, knowing all the while that I'm doing just fine. Dog. I am a dog stretching from a nap. On my hands and knees, I begin to yap. Straightening my legs and lifting my hips, I spread each and every one of my fingertips. Looking down, I can see my toes and I focus on breathing in and out through my nose. And you also will start to notice the author is rhyming. So I encourage you, when you write your story, maybe you create some poetry with the poses. You're also welcome to do that as well. So keep that in mind as we continue to read the story. Dolphin. I am a dolphin who loves to swim in the sea. I sit on my heels with my arms stretched in front of me. Straightening my legs, I keep my forearms on the floor. I look at my feet so my neck doesn't get sore. Do nothing pose. My days can be so busy, sometimes it's hard not to get in a tizzy. The do nothing pose helps calm my mind and keeps me from getting myself in a bind. I close my eyes and rest on my back, making sure that my body is straight, not out of whack. With arms alongside me and palms to the ceiling, I focus on my breath to keep my mind from reeling. E, easy pose. I like to relax in easy pose, taking deep breaths in and out through my nose. With my legs crossed and my back straight, I continue to breathe while counting to 8. Elephant. A mighty and powerful elephant am I. From standing, I forward fold and then lumber by. Interlacing my hands and gently swinging my trunk, I begin to move slowly each step, making a thump. F, fish. I am a fish, swimming deep in the sea. Resting on my back, I imagine the water all around me. With my arms under my body, I lift my chest to the ceiling. This truly is a magnificent feeling. With the top of my head resting on the ground, I look back without making a sound. Flamingo. Standing tall, I bend one leg and hold on to my knee. Like a flamingo, I bounce, just as stable as can be. With my eyes focused straight ahead, I have tremendous poise. I hold my stance silently, never making a noise. First, I balance on one side, then switch and give the other a try. Ah, flower. I am a beautiful flower growing in the sun, just as my teacher said it would be. Yoga surely is fun. Sitting with the soles of my feet touching, careful that my back is not hunching, I lift my legs and bring my arms beneath my knees, balancing on my seat. I count to 3. Frog. Squatting with my feet apart wide, I am a frog with a big underside. Bringing my arms inside my knees, I jump up and say, ribbit, on the count of 3. G, gate. Starting on all fours, one leg bends while the other one extends. Keeping my front arm straight, my body begins to form a gate. Sending my opposite arm up in the air, I now balance in gate pose with care. Grasshopper. In yoga, my body can be many different things. Now I want to be a grasshopper with wings. Lying on my belly with my chin on the floor, I take a moment to simply rest, doing nothing more. Next, I bend my arms and raise one leg off the ground. I bring my leg back down and switch sides, all without a sound. H, I, and J, happy baby. Hugging my knees into my chest, I lie on my back and simply rest. As I grab hold of my feet, I look like a baby, so happy and sweet. Inhale. One of the most important parts of any yoga pose is remembering to breathe deeply by inhaling through my nose. Jack in the box. Sitting with my knees bent into my chest, I bring my arms around them and take a moment to rest. I point my forehead toward my knees, and for the count of 3, I hold still. I freeze. Then inhaling, I lift my head toward the sky, popping up a Jack in the box, and kite. I am a colorful kite. Standing tall, I get ready for flight. With palms together, I raise my arms in the air, swaying gently side to side. I don't have a single care. Knot. On my belly, I lie. The knot pose is so easy, I hardly have to try. With arms crossed in front of me and legs stretched out behind, I focus straight ahead. What a good way to unwind. LMN. Lion. I kneel on my shins with my chest on my thighs, getting ready to spring forward. I look to the sky. I give a mighty roar on the count of 3, the new king of the jungle. Yes, a lion, that's me. Mouse. I am a quiet mouse curled up in my little house. I put my head on the floor and I sit back on my heels. Then I fold my upper body some more. Oh, I like how this feels. I put my arms at my side. There are so many places for a mouse like me to hide. So remember, mouse pose is child's pose or rock pose. So you can get creative with what we call the shapes, right? We can use our imagination and our creativity. New pose. It's time for me to create a new pose. I must remember to breathe in and out through my nose. So you're also welcome to create new poses that are connected to the alphabet. So there's no right or wrong way. I can't wait to see what you create. Oh, otter. Otter. I am a playful otter chasing fish in the water. Lying on my belly with my arms out in front, I place my legs on the floor and extend them from my trunk. Slowly pushing up with my hands against the floor, I lift my head and chest just a little bit more. Peacock. I am a colorful peacock standing proud and tall. My back is so straight, it's like I'm sitting against a wall. I spread my legs apart as far as they can go, feeling the stretch all the way from my head down to my toes. Plank. My body forms a plank, a long flat piece of timber. Doing yoga helps my body to stay both strong and limber. From dog pose, I shift my weight forward until I'm a parallel to the floor. My arms and legs are straight as I pull through my core. Pretzel. A pretzel is yummy to eat. It's a very twisty treat. First, I sit in easy pose, then turn my head to one side and stare at my nose, reaching one hand across my body. I rest it on my knee. My other hand then stretches directly behind me. Before switching sides, I count to 8. Twisting really does feel great. Q, queen. I am a royal queen, revered in such high esteem. I stand tall and erect and make sure my breathing is correct. With my shoulders back and head facing straight, I slowly count to 8. R, ragdoll. From standing, I lean forward and fold. My hands dangle about as I count to 5, then hold. I am a floppy ragdoll, relaxed and at ease. I breathe in and out, and as I let my back release. Rocking horse. Lying on my belly, bending both of my knees, I rock back and forth just as often as I please. Grabbing hold of my ankles with the firm grip of my hands, I lift my body up and gallop to faraway lands. S, shark. I am a stealthy shark cruising through the sea. I lie on my belly with my legs straight behind me. My fingers interlace as I lift my arms and chest. My fin can be seen by all as I ride a wave's crest. Slide. To form a slippery slide, I sit with bent knees, then I bring my arms behind me with ease. Straightening my legs and lifting my hips, I gaze with my eyes forward as a smile comes to my lips. S, Sphinx. The Egyptian Sphinx is part lion and part man. Made of stone, I lie still on my belly in the sand. With legs straight and forearms pressed firmly into the ground, I look forward, frozen in time without making a sound. Swan. I am a beautiful swan. My neck is graceful and long. Starting on my belly, I straighten my arms and bend my knees, folding myself backwards, but only as far as I please. I aim the top of my head in the direction of my toes, arching just as far as my back naturally goes. T. Table. To create the shape of a table, I must be strong and stable. Sitting up tall with hands behind me, I'm as sturdy as can be. I press into my hands and into my feet, lifting my body up. I await a healthy treat. Telephone. Seated, I extend one leg and then bend the other. The telephone pose is truly like no other. Grabbing a hold of my foot and bringing it close to my ear, I can now talk on the phone to friends both far and near. Tree. I am an old and solid tree. My roots grow deep into the ground beneath me. Bending one leg, I bring my foot to my thigh. Balancing can be tricky, but I'll give it a try. I focus my sight on a single spot. Yoga improves my concentration a lot. Triangle. Stepping my feet wide apart, I point the toes of one foot straight ahead to start. Lifting my top arm, I begin to reach my other arm. Down toward my shin, I breathe in and out for the count of 4 before switching sides and trying triangle pose once more. Turtle. From a seated position, I bend my knees and open my legs wide. I become a shy turtle, carrying a shell in which to hide. With my feet flat on the floor, I bring my arms under my knees, looking down toward my belly. I count 1, 2, 3. Then slowly lifting my head out of my shell, I look up and see that the world all around me is well. U and V. Unicorn. To become a unicorn from a faraway mythical land, I start on my knees and on my hands. I form a horn by lifting one hand to my head. To maintain good balance, I keep my eyes straight ahead. With my other hand, I press into the floor. The unicorn pose requires nothing more. Volcano. Standing tall with my feet slightly apart, I bring my hands into prayer in front of my heart. Inhaling, I push my hands to the sky. The volcano pose is fun to try. Exhaling, I explode, moving my arms to the side. I then bring them back to center where once again, they quietly reside. W. Warrior. I am a warrior, proud and strong. I stand with feet wide apart and arms extended long. Pointing my front toes straight ahead, I bent my front knee. Warrior pose is a powerful posture, as everyone can see. Waterfall. Raising my arms up, I stand tall. My body forms the shape of a flowing waterfall. As I reach my fingertips to the sky, I look toward my hands held up high. Extending back as far as I can comfortably go, I let my mind and body gently flow. Windmill. Standing with legs slightly bent and feet wide apart, I bring one hand down to the ground in line with my heart. Sending my other arm up toward the sky, I extend it long and keep reaching it high. Switching arms on the count of 3, I am a windmill, twirling and carefree. Windshield wipers. Lying down, my knees at my chest, I hold onto my legs and take a moment to rest. I then begin to roll from side to side, just like a windshield wiper when it's raining outside. X, Y, and Z. X, standing up straight and crossing one arm over the other, I am able to create the letter X. Holding still, I count to 8. Yoga. Yoga means union of breath, body, and mind. As you practice these poses, you will start to find a sense of calm and serenity building deep within you, a strong and stable identity. 0. Sitting cross-legged, I start, then send my arms up toward the sky. Doing the 0 pose is something everyone should try. To make the number 0, I connect my fingers in the air. By focusing my gaze straight ahead of me, I become more aware. So that was the ABCs of yoga for kids. So now we're going to read another book by the same author, Teresa Ann Power, and also illustrated by the same illustrator, Kathleen Rates, the ABCs of yoga for kids around the world. So now we're going to connect the alphabet with countries and poses. So again, You're welcome to create your ABCs of yoga book however you would like. So once again, you're welcome to either change your relaxation meditation position, or as I'm reading each letter of the alphabet, you can do the pose along with me. And start to notice that some of the poses we know as other names. So remember, the pose or shape can be the same, but we can call them different names. So you can get creative as you'd like. A is for Australia. Good day from the land down under and home of the koala bear. Koala, standing up with my hands and feet on the ground, I look forward, not making a sound. Next, I begin to walk using opposite hands and feet. Stretching my body is such a treat. I bring my left leg forward and then my right arm. I am a koala full of charm. B is for Brazil. Olá, from this Portuguese-speaking country that is home to many kinds of beautiful birds, the largest of which is the ray. Ray, to become a beautiful ray bird, I must be calm and centered. Standing tall, I bend one leg and bring my foot inside my thigh. As I give balancing one leg a try. Next I tilt forward with my hands in prayer position behind my back, keeping my spine straight, not with a hunched back. A wondrous flightless bird am I, balancing with my neck forward and my chin held high. C is for Canada. Bonjour from Canada, where French and English are the official languages and which is home of the Canadian lynx, a medium-sized cat. Cat, my hands and knees on the floor, I become a cat, stretching one leg to form a tail. I say meow just like that. C is for China. Ni hao from China, home of the endangered Yangtze alligator and where paper kites and soccer were invented. Alligator, resting on my belly, a hungry alligator am I, open and shut go my palms as I snap at everything nearby. And we also notice not only is the author giving us the rhyme that goes with the pose, but she's also giving us fun facts about each country. So if you decide to do something similar like this, you can also research different facts about whatever theme of the alphabet that you're doing. D is for Denmark. Hage from the Scandinavian country known for its whirling windmills. Windmill, standing with legs slightly bent and my feet wide apart, I bring one hand down to the ground in line with my heart. Sending my other arm up towards the sky, I extend it long and keep reaching up high. Switching arms on the count of 3, I am a windmill twirling and carefree. E is for Egypt. Marhaba from the Mediterranean country where Egyptian Arabic is spoken and which is home to the mysterious Sphinx of Giza. Sphinx, the Egyptian Sphinx is part lion and part man. Made of stone, I lie still on my belly in the sand. With legs straight and forearms pressed firmly into the ground, I look forward, frozen in time without making a sound. So we can also notice that these two poses, the windmill and the Sphinx, were included in the other story that we just read. So you can also start to notice what poses are similar but connected to a different country. So we can wonder, we can notice, we can use inquiry as we continue our mindful story time. F is for France. Bonjour from France, where you can walk across the world's tallest suspension bridge, climbing higher than the Eiffel Tower. Bridge, lying on my back and bending my knees, I lift my hips high, forming a bridge, and then I just breathe. With my arms underneath me straight along the floor, I press into my shoulders as I raise my body a little bit more. G is for Greece. Iassos from Greece, where dolphins have been a part of Greek civilization for over 3,000 years. Their playful images appear on many ancient wall paintings, pottery, coins, and jewelry. Dolphin. I am a dolphin who loves to swim in the sea. I sit on my heels with my arms stretched in front of me. Straightening my legs, I keep my forearms on the floor, looking at my feet so my neck doesn't get sore. G is for Guam. Hafa Adai from Guam, an island country in the Pacific Ocean where Chamorro is spoken and the beautiful Bougainvillea is the state flower. Flower. I am a beautiful flower growing in the sun, just as my yoga teacher said it would be fun. Yoga is so much fun. Sitting with the soles of my feet touching, careful that my back is not hunching, I lift my legs and bring my arms beneath my knees, balancing on my seat, I count to 3. H is for Hungary. Siza from Budapest, the capital of Hungary, where you might meet a vizsla, a type of Hungarian hunting dog. Dog. I am a dog stretching after a nap. On my hands and knees, I begin to yap. Straightening my legs and lifting my hips, I spread each and every one of my fingertips. Looking down, I can see my toes as I focus on breathing in and out through my nose. I is for India. Namaste from India, where yoga began over 5,000 years ago. The peacock is the national bird of India and is a symbol of grace, joy, beauty, and love. Peacock. I am a colorful peacock sitting proud and tall. My back is so straight, it's like I'm sitting against a wall. I spread my legs apart as they can be comfortably go, feeling the stretch all the way from my head to my toes. I is for Italy. Buongiorno from Italy, where you can hop with the Corsican hare, a rare animal found in the southern and central parts of the country. Hare, it's also a rabbit. I am a hare with long ears, jumping around, I have no fears. Crouching low with my knees bent and parallel to the ground, I keep my back flat as I gaze forward without a sound. Bending my elbows, I place my forearms on the floor, getting ready to hop forward as I hold in my core. I is for Israel. Shalom from Israel, when you can eat delicious foods like falafel and hummus and maybe meet a Middle Eastern tree frog. Frog, squatting with my feet wide apart, I am a frog with a big underside. Bringing my arms inside my knees, I jump up and say ribbit on the count of 3. J is for Japan. Konnichiwa from Japan, home to the beautiful cherry blossom trees which bloom in the spring and draw crowds of admiring people to parks, gardens, and riversides. Tree. I am an old and solid tree. My roots grow deep into the ground beneath me. Bending one leg, I bring my foot to my thigh. Balancing can be tricky, but I'll give it a try. I focus my sight on a single spot. Yoga improves my concentration a lot. K is for Kenya. Jambo from Kenya, where Swahili is spoken and the African lion proudly roams the grasslands. Lion. I kneel on my shins with my chest on my thighs, getting ready to spring forward. I look to the sky. I give a mighty roar on the count of 3, the new king of the jungle. Yes, a lion, that's me. L is for Liberia. Hello from Liberia, where you can find African elephants and the official language is English. Elephant, a mighty and powerful elephant am I. While standing, I fold forward and then lumber by. Interlacing my hands and gently swinging my trunk, I begin to move slowly, each step making a thump. And you're also welcome to self-reflect on Seesaw if you've gone to any of these countries before. M is for Malaysia. Hello from the tropical islands of Malaysia, just north of the equator. In the surrounding sparkling ocean waters, you might spot whale, hammerhead, or reef sharks. Shark. I am a stealthy shark cruising through the sea. I lie on my belly with my legs straight behind me. My fingers interlace as I lift my arms and chest. My fin can be seen by all as I ride a wave's crest. M is for Mexico. Hola from Mexico and its sandy white beaches where sea turtles come to nest every year. Turtle. From a seated position, I bend my knees and open my legs wide. I become a shy turtle carrying a shell in which I hide. With my feet flat on the floor, I bring my arms under my knees. Looking down toward my belly, I count 1, 2, 3. Then slowly lifting my head out of my shell, I look up and see that the world around me is well. N is for Norway. Goddag from Norway, where the playful Eurasian otter is a common sight along the coast. Otter. I am a playful otter chasing fish in the water. Lying on my belly with my arms out in front, I place my legs on the floor and extend them from my trunk. Slowly pushing up with my hands against the floor, I lift my head and chest just a little bit more. O is for Oman. Marhaba from the Middle Eastern country, where you can find 2 of the 6 worldwide species of flamingos. Flamingo, standing tall, I bend one leg and hold on to my knee. Like a flamingo, I balance just as stable as can be. With my eyes focused straight ahead, I have a tremendous poise. I hold my stance silently, never making a noise. First, I balance on one side, then switch and give the other a try. P is for Peru. Hola from Peru, where the tiniest marmoset monkey can be found playing in the Peruvian Amazon rainforest. Monkey. Standing tall, I gaze straight ahead. My arms are raised sideways and widespread. I bring my legs apart, shoulder wide. I am a monkey full of pride. Rotating my right foot and slightly bending my knee, I bend my elbows and wrists and slowly count to 3. My palms face upward towards the sky as I focus front and let my imagination fly. Q is for Qatar. Marhaba from Qatar, where you can watch an exciting camel race or meet a desert hedgehog. Hedgehog. To become a spiny hedgehog, I lie with my back on the floor. Next, I bend my knees to my chest as I hold in my core. Interlacing my hands around my legs, I inhale through my nose, then I exhale as I relax in this fun yoga pose. Giving myself a hug, I bring my forehead to my knees. Breathing deeply, I count to 8 and freeze. R is for Russia. Zdravствуйте from Russia, the largest sized country in the world and home to many freshwater and marine fish. Fish. I am a fish swimming deep in the sea. Resting on my back, I imagine the water all around me. With my arms under my body, I lift my chest to the ceiling. This truly is a magnificent feeling. With the top of my head resting on the ground, I look back without making a sound. S is for Spain. Hola from Spain, where over 563 species of birds fly high above the Pyrenees Mountains. Bird, high on my tiptoes, I'm a bird preparing to fly. Flapping my wings repeatedly, I give flying a try. T is for Thailand. Swadaka from Thailand, where the monocled cobra slithers through the tropical country in Southeast Asia. Cobra. Hiss, I am a snake, lying on my belly in the sun to bake. Elbows bent and closed by my side, I lift my chest full of cobra pride. U is for the United Kingdom. Hello from the United Kingdom, home to Buckingham Palace and the royal family. Queen, I am a royal queen, revered in such high esteem. I stand tall and erect, making sure my breathing is correct. With my shoulders back and head facing straight, I slowly count to 8. U is for the United States. Hello from the United States, where the bald eagle symbolizes freedom, long life, and great strength. Eagle. Standing tall, I raise my arms above my head. I am an eagle with my wings outspread. I slowly hook my right arm underneath my left at the elbow, trying to cross my fingers together as I squat down low. Slowly, I bring my right leg over the left, one around it. Yoga helps me become more flexible bit by bit. Gazing forward, I count to 8. Eagle pose makes me feel so great. Switching sides, I take it all in stride. V is for Vietnam. Chow from this eastern country in Southeast Asia, where the black-headed ibis can be found flying through marshy wetlands and on the coast. Ibis. Standing quiet and still, I'm a beautiful ibis with a long, down curved bill. Looking forward, I lift my right leg parallel to the floor. Next, I bring my arms behind me and count to 4. Balancing on my left leg, I take a deep breath in through my nose, feeling in the stretch from my head to my toes. W is for the Western Sahara. Hola from the Spanish-speaking territory in one of the world's largest hot deserts, covering most of North Africa. The desert monitor is a species of lizards found in the Western Sahara. Lizard. Lying on my tummy, I bend my elbows and look straight ahead. I keep my back flat with my fingers widespread. Lifting my legs off the ground, I bend one leg and the knee without making a sound. Predators abound, keep me alert. I'm a monitor lizard living in the desert. X is for Zion. Ni hao from Zion, one of the famous ancient capitals of China, home to the terracotta warriors. Warrior. I am a terracotta warrior, proud and strong. I stand with feet wide apart and arms extended long. Pointing my front toes straight ahead, I bend my front knee. Warrior pose is a powerful posture, as everyone can see. Y is for Yemen. Marhaban from this Arab Republic, which includes over 200 islands and 117 different species of colorful butterflies. Butterfly, with the soles of my feet touching, I gaze straight ahead. My hands rest on my shoulders as my butterfly wings spread. Z is for Zimbabwe. Mahoro from Zimbabwe, where Victoria Falls is a majestic waterfall on the Zambezi River. Waterfall, raising my arms up, I stand tall. My body forms the shape of a flowing waterfall. As I reach my fingertips to the sky, I look toward my hands held up high. Extending back as far as I can comfortably go, I let my mind and body gently flow. And that is the end of the ABCs of yoga for kids around the world. So not only did we learn the poses that are connected to the alphabet, but we learned some awesome information and facts about each country. So you're welcome to do something similar in your creations, whether you do it on Book Creator, Pixton, or Seesaw. So the next book that we're going to read is called ABC Sweets, A Sweet Glittery Treats from A to Z, written by my cousin Jacqueline Mercado. And another really cool fun fact about Jackie, she is a Green Wave alum. So she went to Long Branch just like all of us. And not only did she become an author, but she's also an amazing baker and started her own business called The Sweet Diaries. So I'm just going to share my screen so you can see all of the really amazing sweet treats that she made, which inspired her to create this book based off what she loves with baking. So I'll keep this link in our Google Classroom, but it's the sweetdiaries.com, and you can check out all of her amazing creations that she has on her website. As we click on the ABC Sweets is her new children's book. As you can see, I have it right here, and you can, get this from Amazon or at your local bookstore. But you can also check out her gallery of sweets, where you can look at all of her custom made cookies, all the different shapes and colors. So we can also practice mindfulness if you want to check out her webpage and notice what's similar, what's different, since we've done a lot of mindful baking and mindful eating. You can also check out all her really cool cakes that she's designed as well. So when you scroll down, we can notice what's similar, what's different, and how she has to practice mindfulness to create these cakes, because she has to follow each direction of the recipe one step at a time, and with the ingredients, and also with the artwork on her designs on her cakes. So this link will be in our Google Classroom, and you're welcome to check out. But now we are going to read her story. And even though there aren't yoga poses in there, I encourage you to either create yoga poses based on all the sweet treats in here, or just get inspired with, writing an alphabet story. So here we go. So this story is for Vivia, our sweetheart. May you always see the sweeter side of life. So Vivia is her daughter. A is for apple pie, warm and very sweet. B is for banana bread, baked for you to eat. C is for cookie, bite, crumble, crunch. D is for donut with sprinkles to munch. E is for eclair, a pastry filled with cream. F is for fig, they grow when the sun beams. G is for gumdrop, colored candies that are chewy. H is for honey, sticky, sweet, and gooey. I is for ice cream, a melting yummy mess. J is for jelly, with peanut butter, it goes best. K is for kiwi, fuzzy with tiny seeds. L is for lollipop, sugary and fun indeed. M is for muffin, fun toppings to choose from. N is for Neapolitan, 3 flavors all in one. O is for orange, you can pick them off the tree. P is for pineapple, golden with spiky leaves. Q is for quick bread, cinnamon swirled and baked. R is for red velvet, a rich and tasty cake. S is for strawberry, a fresh and juicy fruit. T is for tart, little, round, and cute. U is for upside down, a cake flipped after baking. V is for vanilla bean, a spice for treats you're making. W is for watermelon, a juicy summer delight. X is for extra sweet, so many candies, take a bite. Y is for yogurt, lots of goodies go on top. Z is for Zeppoli, Italian donuts, fried and hot. So that was the ABC sweets. Again, you can create poses to go along with all of those sweet treats, or just get inspired from hearing another alphabet story. So I can't wait to see everyone's own alphabet stories that can incorporate movement, or even if you want to create a guided meditation around any of the letters of the alphabet, you're welcome to do so. So all of these links are posted in our Google Classroom. And of course, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out for me. So I can't wait to see what you create, Green Wave. And remember, reading is a form of mindfulness. It is a relaxation practice. So you can do this technique with any of your favorite books and bring those books to life with different yoga poses, even if they're not connected to the alphabet. So have a wonderful, great Green Wave day. Namaste.